These were young children, just 10, 11 years old.
A moment of pause, tears, and reflection.
I don't know how a parent can survive having their child die in such a manner.
19 children and 2 teachers. Memorialized in the small town of Uvalde, Texas.
It broke my heart.
Hundreds of miles away, Utah artist JR Johansen wanted to help in the best way he knew how, by painting portraits of every one of the 21 victims.
I see innocence and I see happiness. Some of these children from Uvalde, I've experienced pretty emotional moments.
Sharing his talents this way has given this Vietnam vet new meaning and greater purpose following his own near-death experience.
Painting was an element in my mind that helped me to be positive enough to live another day.
We are there with JR as he heads to the airport with the boxes of portraits, makes the flight to Texas, and drives to the small town of Uvalde to personally hand-deliver each painting.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Meeting with the families one-on-one and face-to-face.
It was a sincere honor to paint her portrait.
A life-changing trip for him and a moment of solace for the families.
It's okay, I cried too.
How does it look?
Beautiful.
As he memorializes the Uvalde Angels.
It's a beautiful, quiet, sweet little community.
About 80 miles straight west of San Antonio and about 65 miles from the Mexico border is the town of Uvalde, Texas. Population just over 15,000. A place you would never expect such a tragedy like this.
Okay.
But today, some relief and comfort for the grieving families.
All right.
Happening almost 8 months to the day of the tragedy.
Come to the first one.
A day,
Oh, yes.
months in the making.
I love this little girl.
Today, JR Johansen is unboxing his precious work.
It looks like they've survived the trip well.
The 21 Uvalde Angels.
Just love their faces.
It's a project JR never could have imagined he would do,
Oh, that's a tough assignment.
nor is it a place he ever thought he would end up.
To have them arrive here with unbroken glass, it's just, thank you.
And it all started
May the 24th, to be exact. I was watching the news one night. Oh,
This is what he saw unfold in the small Texas town of Uvalde. 19 fourth graders and their 2 teachers killed in a mass shooting at Robb Elementary, all of them in the same classroom.
it broke my heart.
Then the thought came to mind,
And I thought, oh, if I just weren't so busy, I would love to paint a portrait for their parents. Because I believe it would bring them comfort.
turns out JR's brother and sister-in-law just so happened to be living in Uvalde on a leadership assignment for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Weeks later, after the shooting, Ross Davidson gives JR a call.
Have you considered that you might be able to paint a portrait of those that passed away? And I could hear him break into tears in his voice as he said, that has been on my mind and my heart as well.
And I said, well, you're the answer, because I've been wanting to do it, just didn't have any idea how I could possibly do it with the schedule I have. See the eye coming out there a bit.
Before JR knew it,
Kind of a step by step.
he was back in his studio painting the Uvalde Angels. The Davidsons sending him photos and bios they got from each family member.
In the bio, he says he always had a smile on his face.
Coming up, the months of work to get each portrait just right,
And I feel like she is an angel.
and the help needed to get them to Uvalde
I think they can feel that we're all there to help comfort them.
In the small northern Utah town of Huntsville is a cozy-looking backyard studio where 78-year-old JR Johansen masterfully brings portraits to life. A Vietnam vet who uses oxygen and wears a face mask for health reasons.
I was exposed to Agent Orange in Vietnam, and it has damaged my lungs and my heart.
JR is used to being a part of some very precious projects.
This is Alethea Ramirez.
But never has he undertaken something like this.
Alethea was a smart, talented, reliable, extremely loving young lady who dreamed of attending art school in Paris. I think she's helped me paint this. See the eye coming out there a bit.
JR has agreed to take on the challenging task
So it's Alexandria Alexi Rubio.
of painting every one of the victims in the Uvalde, Texas mass shooting in May of 2022.
It's so hard to understand how things like this could possibly happen, especially to an innocent young child.
That's 19 children and 2 teachers. The kids, just 9, 10, and 11 years old.
Jayla Nicole Silguero. Her mother said that her daughter did not want to go to school Tuesday, and that she seemed to sense something was going to happen.
In order for JR to bring the paintings to life, he's been given a photo of each of the children from their families and a brief bio that explains their likes and talents.
She learned to sew on her own by watching YouTube videos. And I think learning a little bit about them initiates that connection with them as I'm painting. I have felt so close to them. One of them even had a favorite uncle. His name was JR. These children are innocent, and there's no place they're going to go but to heaven.
What will it mean for you to deliver these portraits to these families personally?
I want them to see that child, and I want them to see it in a way that's different than just a photograph. I just want to give comfort to the family. That's really what I want.
JR knows that feeling very well. Over the years,
We've got it here, and we're going to unveil it when you're ready.
he's had dozens of tender moments just like this one with the Pratts. This moment, 43 years in the making. This is a portrait of Elder Robert Lewis Pratt,
You nailed it.
Ken's older brother. Elder Pratt died while serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on January 14th, 1980.
Bike train accident. He was 21 at the time.
Ken was just 14 years old when his brother died. The memory of that day still crystal clear.
I was sitting in second period Spanish.
For Ken, it's as if his brother is near again.
Being our guardian angel.
JR took up painting portraits years ago after suffering an almost deadly heart attack.
I was getting ready to get up, go fishing with my grandson, and I didn't make it out of the bathroom. And my wife found me there.
His doctor telling him
He gave me up to 2 years to live. And at that time, I started painting portraits of missionaries who had died on their missions while serving. And 9 years later, I'm still here.
You had mentioned that art has saved your life. Do you believe that?
The doctor says it's probably been a big reason why I'm still around, is because my day is filled with purpose.
to date,
Oh my gosh,
JR has painted over 150 missionaries.
that's her.
I have experienced pretty tender moments painting missionaries who have died.
I instantly just wanted to help.
His friend David Reese has been helping him over the years, and that includes with the Uvalde project.
It's pretty emotional.
Reese owns Pintura Fine Art Imaging and Framing in Layton. He's donating the glass, backing, and labor for each portrait.
Excited to be a part of it.
Another framing company, Larson Jewell, is donating the frames.
As you look at these children and as you look at these innocent faces, what comes to mind? What do you feel?
I just feel terrible to see it. It hurts to frame it. I mean, I'm glad to do it, but it's painful.
Painful, but he was touched by the story and wanted to help.
When JR came to me and he told me that he was going to be doing the artwork for this, I just wanted to be a part of it, and I was really excited. It's definitely a labor of love.
What are you hoping for these families as they get these and see them?
Maybe some closure.
On January 25th, JR arrives at the Salt Lake International Airport with 2 big boxes, wrapped and ready for the flight.
It's a culmination of everything I've been doing for the last 3 months.
We are boarding all groups and all rows.
How long has it been since you've flown?
2012. We came back from our 3rd mission to Nigeria.
We are with JR as he boards the plane and flies to San Antonio, Texas. Then a 90-minute drive straight west to Uvalde.
Oh, we've got the right place.
Late that night, JR arrives at the Davisons' home. The boxes set inside the home where the families will be arriving the next day.
How does it feel to be here actually now in Uvalde?
Relieved. As long as when we open those packages, there's no broken glass, I'll be forever thankful.
Coming up,
This has been a precious assignment for me.
meet the families as they see the faces of their little ones on canvas.
His eyes are just peace. Just peaceful.
We have on display here this morning all the portraits that I've had the pleasure of painting of these sweet children and their 2 teachers.
Jace Luevanos, Jayla Silguero, Miranda Mathis, Uzziah Garcia, Lexi Rubio,
I personally remember each portrait that I did.
Maite Rodriguez, Tess Mata, Annabelle Rodriguez, Xavier Lopez, Rogelio Torres,
Some of them even tried to protect another.
Leila Salazar, Eliana Torres, Nave Bravo, Amory Garza, Irma Garcia, Alicia Ramirez, Eva Mireles, Jackie Casares, McKenna Elrod, Eliana Garcia, Jose Flores Jr.
Hi, JR Johansen is my name. Pleased to meet you.
A long-anticipated day arrives for JR.
It was a pleasure to paint his portrait.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you.
For the first time, JR is meeting the families of all those precious children and teachers he painted.
It was a sincere honor to paint her portrait. I'm so sorry that it happened. I've never done a project like this in my life. I've painted hundreds of portraits, but nothing like this.
I wanted to thank you.
Well, you're
Thank you
welcome.
for doing this for our kids.
You're welcome.
A tender scene.
I know personally that they're still with us.
I just miss her so much.
We want to be able to fix things, and I can't. And it breaks my heart because I lost my grandson. It just spoke to me. It just really did.
That makes me happy because I want him to speak to you. And I believe he will.
Young faces bringing comfort.
Wonderful.
The eyes, the smile, the hair.
Is that her?
Yes, 100% her.
It looks beautiful. I love it. I'm gonna put it in my living room.
and see him every day.
This is Xavier James Lopez. It's beautiful. It's awesome. He really captured him.
Neve, she's my daughter. It means a lot to me. It looks just like her.
This is my daughter, Layla. She's not easy to paint with her mouth the way it is, but I mean, it makes her unique.
The pain of that day,
I'll never forget it. It's something I live day by day.
still very fresh on everyone's mind.
Rethinking the day over and over. It plays back in our minds over and over.
As much as I try to be strong, but each time it just gets harder. I think it gets harder and harder.
Still like it's not true, you know? Is it really true that she's not here no more? So it's very hard, day by day. It's very hard without her.
But not all the families were able to make it to the Davisons' home. Across town,
Hi, April, is it?
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
You are so welcome.
the Elrod family was competing in a 4-H competition. They lost their 10-year-old daughter, McKenna, a girl who loves showing off her pigs and chickens she raised for 4-H.
There we go.
So the next day, JR came to them. April is McKenna's mother.
It's okay, I cried too.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Well, you're a good mom. She's a great little girl. God loves you both.
The picture that he used to do this painting was taken last year at Halloween. She wanted to be a cheerleader. What strikes me the most about this picture is her eyes. They were the most beautiful hazel, and you really captured it, so thank you so much.
Like the other families, the pain of what happened that dreadful day is still very clear.
I don't imagine it ever getting easier. We're just learning to cope.
McKenna's teacher, Irma Garcia, who was killed, was also a friend of the family.
She was an amazing teacher. McKenna loved her and was having an amazing year.
Memories of McKenna
The M, McKenna wore that on a necklace every day.
are worn everywhere, and now they feel especially comforted to have this portrait.
I'm gonna hang it in my room and just remember the good memories and this day.
Coming up, the memories and the support
It's a small town and we're all family here.
that are helping these families pull through. Families like the Segueros.
We come in here at night and talk to her. That comforts us.
It's clear from the outside of this Uvalde home, someone very dear and precious has been lost. That child, 10-year-old Jayla Nicole Seguero. Inside the home, an entire room full of memories.
We come in here at night and talk to her.
Where her parents, Veronica and Jacob, come daily to be strengthened.
That comforts us.
Can't see her, but I know she's in here.
A 4th grader, full of life.
She was a crazy little girl.
Running around and joking around.
But their pain is not only over the loss of young Jayla. Veronica also lost a nephew in the shooting, 10-year-old Jace Lavanos. And Jacob's cousin's daughter, 10-year-old Neve Bravo, was also killed. And the week before the shooting, Veronica lost her dad.
It's just hard.
This painting of their daughter by JR Johansen coming at the right time. A much-needed addition to bring them some added comfort 8 months later.
How does it look?
Beautiful.
Jayla Nicole Seguero.
Exactly the kind of reaction JR was hoping when he started this sacred project so many months ago in his little backyard studio in northern Utah.
I have that hope that they will feel the child is there.
Hours and hours of painting, months and months of hard work.
This is beautiful. Wow.
A small sacrifice for JR as he witnessed firsthand the faces of these precious families holding their portraits tightly.
It'll bring me peace, being able to see his picture and knowing that he's smiling at me.
A trip JR could have never imagined.
Having them come here and be able to meet so many of them was just a monumental moment in my life.
Monumental and miraculous for JR and the Davidsons.
She brought Jesus into it many, many times, and I thought, that's the spirit that I want to see when people receive a portrait. I want them to give praise to the Lord. That's really what has brought this all about.
It's the only way we would have made it. We lean on him every day, and we know that McKenna is expecting us, and we will be ready to see her at Heaven's Gate.
Finding strength in God, strength in each other, and strength as a community. 21 precious lives, never to be forgotten. The Uvalde Angels.